Hi guys, it's Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet, and I just want to say I am wearing this shirt specifically for Kelly at Crochet Me Pink Kelly. You guys ready? I do make this shirt look good. I already know I do. So anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Although, I could talk about free-range chicken poop. Leanne and Neva and I have been playing a little game of Guess What Chicken Butt. Yeah, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. We get easily entertained by different things. Okay, so I have 2 whips and 4 finished objects. And I thought that I would show those to you in a combined video since I had a different video on Whip Wednesday. So I will start with the whips first. My first whip, and I had a hard time figuring out what I was going to make with my Lether yarn this time, that I wasn't feeling the boot cuffs, or I don't like making hats from the bottom to the top. And that's the, excuse me, that's the type of hat Lether had this month. So I started making the hat and I didn't like it, so I frogged it, and then I started making the boot cuffs. I wasn't feeling that, so I frogged it. So I actually started quite a few different projects, and now I'm hoping that I have enough yarn to finish this, but I am doing the hat tutorial that Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, did. So this is what I have so far, and I forgot to put my stitch marker in there, so I will do that so I don't lose my spot. I don't think I was actually done whenever I did finally put it away. But I am using the yarn that I got in my Lether box. It is the Willow yarn. Trying to find, I think the name is actually Willow. Oh no, it's Avocado Tweed. And the patterns were willow boot cuffs and a willow hat. So this is what I have so far. I make my hats a little bit bigger because I don't like them to hurt my ears. Whenever they press, I have very sensitive ears. I just make mine bigger. And I'm hoping that I have enough yarn in my Hank Spank ball sack. Of course, it is a Erin Lane ball sack. She calls them Hank Spanks. So I tend to call them Hank Spanks also, because they're sucking in my yarn. And of course I'm using the Lether hook, which came with it, and it is a 5.5 or an I. I should have this done by the weekend or the end of the weekend. At least I'm hoping I will. That was whip number 1. My second whip is a make-along that I am doing with Cindy at Cindy Hearts Crochet. I've always wanted to make one of these, and when I saw that she was having the make-along, I had to do it. So, let's see. I have it right here, and it, of course, is in an Erin Lane bag with balls on it. My whip bags and my cowl bags are very Erin Lane heavy. So I am making the Yip Yip. And of course, you know, it's not a traditional color, a primary color for a Yip Yip. But I am using a yarn that I got from Hirschner's. I got this whenever they had them on sale. I think it was that $5 for the pack of 5, or I think that this one was a pack of 5 and the others were like packs of 3. It's Village Yarn Snuggles. It is, the color is pumpkin. It's a bulky 500% polyester. It has 98 yards in it. And it's a machine wash, lay flat to dry. And that is why I didn't use it as a baby blanket, because baby blankets need to be dried. So this is what I have for my Yip Yip so far. And I actually thought he was going to be a bit bigger, but I guess not. And this is for marking the right side of it, although I don't know why we marked the right side. I didn't quite understand that. But I have this part up here was kind of strange doing. I was a little not quite sure at first on how to do it, but I finally got it. And this is the Yip Yip so far. I think Cindy said to have, you know, the body part done by this weekend. So this was actually really quick. The yarn worked up great. And I am using an 8mm with this one, or an L. I don't like blanket yarn, but I think this is, I think blanket yarn is like a 6. I don't know, but this is smaller and it wasn't hard to work with. I normally find blanket yarn hard to work with. But I had this color, and this is my color. So this is, I'm making this one for me. Now I just have to go buy the rest of the parts and pieces. And actually, I'm going to send when my husband goes to work, I'm actually going to send him out to get the rest of the stuff that I need. He can't possibly mess up ping pong balls and pipe cleaners, can he? I don't think so. This is the last of my whips that I have any significant progress on. So let's get on to my finished objects. Hey Kelly, are you jealous? How does it look? I got it just for you. Well, I got it for me to wear just for you. I'll have to see if I can find another one. I got this one a long time ago, and I forgot I even had it. Okay, is it this one? Yes. I showed you the diaper cover of this one. Right here. I showed you the diaper cover for this. And I finished the dress. So here's the dress. Isn't it adorable? There we go. It is a bag-a-day pattern, and I will put the link below. And I did put a little button on it. And the purple is Caron Simply Soft. And the trim is Caron Cuddle Soft. And this was the first time I had ever used Caron Cuddle Soft before. I didn't use all of the skein, but I have lots and lots of purple and 2 skeins of this, so I will be making multiple purple dresses and diaper covers. So I guess if there's any twins or triplets or quadruplets or quintuplets or sextuplets or septuplets, octuplets, I don't know. This is that one. Hi, Maisie. Do you want to say hi? Okay, you're just going to pull stuff off. Gotcha. This is my fatso, Maisie. She does not like me. She is my son's cat. But she likes to sneak in here every now and again. She was supposed to have been mine, but she does not like me to hold her. Mwah. Alrighty. Okay, next finished object. Oh, this bag is a Victoria Alaska Crafty Gal bag. Polar bear made just for me. This one is another Erin Lane bag. It came in the... She does a group where you can get like Stash Busters or something like that, where you get a bag every other month. And yes, I signed up for that because I'm a project bag hoe along with a yarn hoe. This, I just used scraps. I finished using a skein so I can count this skein off. This is a Snappy Tots pattern that just came out on Wednesday. And it's for a dry eraser. Or you could, of course, use it as a washcloth. But since I don't have a dry erase board, my husband was laughing at me. He said, "Why did you make a dry erase board eraser if you don't have a dry erase board?" And I said, "Well, maybe you can remedy that and get me a dry erase board." We'll see how he interprets that. It might be one of those little teeny tiny ones like this big. Who knows? But yes, it's a free pattern on Snappy Tots. She puts a new one out every week. And I'm using up scraps when I can. But if it's a big project, but this was supposed to be like a washcloth size, but I didn't. And this is all I have left from the skein from last month of one, and this is all I have left from the other skein from last month. So it won't go into my scrap blanket because it is the wrong size, but it will work with the Happy Scrappy Challenge that I'm doing with Christy and Christy. Crochet Creations Christy and T-Doddles Christy. So, there's another finished object that right now I don't have a use for, but if my husband took the hint, I might have a use for it. I might. He more than likely didn't take the hint. And next week's pattern should be a scrubby if she follows the same. So I do have my scrubby that I started with last month and some more of this purple cotton to use up. So that will fit in with the rest of this month. Now, oops. Sorry about that, Maisie. This is my Seta dress and diaper cover. I finished it early. I had to dig and dig to find this, but I found it. And I will say I am not entirely fond of this, even though it is my favorite color. But I had an overabundance of one color and only one skein of another. So, of course, I used Caron Simply Soft, and the color is Gold Ombre. So here is that. If you guys have seen the picture that Seta had, it was of a fox. And I thought these were a good color for a fox. The other yarn I used is from a mill-in bag of Caron Simply Soft, and this is this was the first one. I only used this part of the first skein, and it didn't come with a band on it. I can just tell that it's Caron Simply Soft because it feels that way. It's not as shiny as Caron Simply Soft is, though. Okay, do you want to say hi too? Were you jealous that Maisie got to say hi? Look, you want to show everybody what that mean old Phoebe did to you when you're cut on your nose? I know she wouldn't let you eat, would she? All right, there you go. Okay, and I also used Caron Simply Soft in this gray color. And of course it came out as yarn barf, but I just leave it out till the next time. I normally just twist it around and it goes in a bag anyway. So are you guys ready to see what I came up with? I will say this was a start of a bag-a-day pattern. I did not complete it because I did not like where it was going. So I just stopped it as I stopped making the pattern. I should say, I just didn't complete the pattern as she did it. I will do it again, probably with the purple and the white, because this one was already starting to look a bit on the strange side. And you guys will be surprised because of the colors that I used. But here we go. Here is the diaper cover for Seta's Calendar Cal. This one isn't too bad. I didn't put the only trim that I did on it. I just did a single crochet in the darker orange of it, just to break it up a little bit. And then of course I put an orange button right there. So this is the diaper cover. It's super soft. I actually like the diaper cover the best. Okay. I had to find a way of incorporating the kind of blue-gray that was in there. And although black wasn't a color that was in the bottom, I did want to add some black for the fox, so I made a bow. And I just used, I think, some scrap, I don't know what I used. It was just in my scrap bin of the black. And I forgot to attach it. So here is the dress. The poor child who ends up wearing this dress. I don't know. I might keep it on how not to go overboard with the orange. So here's the dress. It's not that bad. Well, yeah, it is. I just, as much as I love orange, I just do not particularly care for the way I put this together. But it is what it is. And the sleeves, this is where I stopped at the pattern. The sleeves were supposed to make kind of like a little sleeve arm that actually closed up and then had a border around it. I couldn't do it. So this is a partial bag-a-day dress, not finished. And I will put the pattern down there. I think the pattern was called Little Sprout. So these are my whips and my finished objects. Some little girl will get to wear this really, I don't know, you know, I'm curious to see if anybody takes it at the community baby shower. I will have my eye on watching it to see if anybody takes it. And if they don't, that's fine. I'll bring it back home. I will, I won't frog it. I'll just leave it up here on what not to do with orange yarn. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. Kelly, I'm going to see if I can find you one of these. But if not, look in Walmart. I found it in Walmart. But I will look to see if I can find you one. And because you won't look as good as me in it, but you will still look good. Just not as good as me. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.